Let's move on to the next question. The diagram shows the part of the curve y equal to 6 over 3x minus 2. This is the curve 6 over 3x minus 2. Okay, now part 1, we have to find the gradient of the curve at this point. Again, to find the gradient, we understand the gradient is simply dy by dx, right? Always, gradient of curve is simply dy by dx. Now look at this, we can rewrite this as 6, we can bring this up. Okay, so dy by dx will be what? First multiply by the power should be minus 6. Then minus 1 to the power should be minus 2. Then multiply by d by dx of the value inside, that should be 3. That should be minus 18 over the value of 3x minus 2 squared. Now we have to find this value when x equal to 2. Replace, you will have 3 times 2 minus 2 square, that should be this, minus 18 divided by value should be minus 1.125 as my gradient at this point. Let's double check. So 3 times 2 is 6, minus 2 is 4, 4 square is 16, minus 18 divided by 16 should be this value or this value for the gradient. That will be part 1 of your question. Okay, now part 2, we have to find the volume obtained when the shaded region is rotated through 360 about the x-axis. So again, about the x-axis, so pretty easy. About x-axis rotation, we just have to know the formula, which is integration pi. When you have x here, you have to write y square respect to dx. And the limits are between 2, 2, and 1. So we know y is given to you by this value, which is 6 over 3x minus 2. What is y squared? That should be 36 3x minus 2 power minus 2. That makes sense, right? That will be y squared. Replace back in the main equation, that should be integration 2, 1 pi. That should be 36 3x minus 2 power minus 2 dx. So now we have to simplify. Let's take this value outside. These two are only multiples. 36 pi, we can take it outside. So right now you only have this to work with. That makes sense, right? Now this is much easier to look at, and then we can simplify step by step. So this will be just outside 36 pi. On the inside, well, first thing we have to increase the power by 1. That will be 3x minus 2 plus 1. That should be minus 1. Then divide by the same power. Then divide by d by dx of the value inside. That should be 3. That should be limits to 1. That will be simplify 1, 12, and that should be 12 here, pi minus 1 over the value of 3x minus 2. Limits to 1. Okay, so now final step, we just have to simplify. 12 pi is 12 pi. So here we have to first replace the value of 2 here. You will have 3 times 2 minus 2, that should be 4. So minus 1 over the value of 4. Here we have minus, and here we have minus 1 over 3 times 1 minus 2, that should be 1. Simplify. 12, that should be minus 1 over 4. Here we have minus become plus 1. That should be simply what? 3 over 4. Now we can simplify, cancel out. That should be 3, and you will have 3 pi times 3, that should be 9 pi units cubed for the volume that we have when we have this rotation about the x-axis.